ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, one of the most common questions I have when it pertains to Germany is how do you guys partake in the act of self-defense, especially when it comes to defending your homes or defending yourselves on the streets when someone means to do you harm? Are you guys allowed to carry some sort of weapon, or is that pretty much, I don't know, outruled? Is that not allowed? Well, in this video, we definitely are going to be checking out something very interesting. The title of the video is "What Weapons Are Legal for Self-Defense in Germany as a Citizen and a Tourist." I didn't even realize you could do this as a tourist. So if you guys are new to the channel, welcome. If you guys are returning viewers, welcome back. We post videos every single day. And, I don't know, it's pretty cool. A lot of what I cover right now as of late, it's just me diving into the German culture and stuff, teaching myself German, and sometimes doing commentary videos and random things. It really just depends on how I feel. But I've been very adamant about learning more and more about German culture and stuff. So that's what you'll pretty much be seeing for the next few months or so. But anyways, if that interests you, go ahead and subscribe. Let's go ahead and dive nose deep into this thing and see exactly what we're working with, because I'm kind of curious as to what weapons are allowed to be used as a defense mechanism for those high stress situations and stuff. Because I thought in Germany you couldn't own anything like that unless you were going hunting and you got this long license and da da da. I was in the impression from what I heard that you can't have them. So let's go ahead and check this out. Los geht's.
Willkommen, ich bin Meister Lenze and you're watching Get. Germanized what weapons you can legally carry and use for self-defense in Germany.
All on board, what should I do?
Ah, ich weiß.
Get Germanized.
So I actually got this question from one of you guys. What are some weapons that I can legally carry in Germany for self-defense as a citizen and as a tourist? Well, that is not very difficult to answer, because in Germany weapons laws are very strict. Basically,
True that. That also begs the question, if they're very strict, then wouldn't it be easy for someone who has a weapon to do a lot of damage if they wanted to, because no one's allowed to have them besides police? I don't know. I don't own any myself because I feel like it's unnecessary, but it just makes you wonder, like, I don't know. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments down below. Maybe it's a very good thing. Clearly, you guys have a lower crime rate than America, but I don't know. Maybe people might feel safer being able to have something like that as a form of protection. Like I said, for me, I don't feel like it would make me feel any more safe if I had something like that. In fact, I feel like I would feel a lot more vulnerable, because I feel like it's almost like unlocking an entire universe of people who will definitely try to test you. But I don't know. That's a very intense discussion that we can have in the comments. If you guys have an opinion on that, let me know.
basically, if you were thinking that you can just openly carry like a gun, or I mean an assault rifle, obviously not. But those kind of things, they just don't fly. Like, you can't do it, mostly. The legal weapons that you can actually carry with you and use for self-defense, and only for self-defense, you can't attack first. There's the law, again, very strict for those kind of things. If you attack first, it might even be that you are the one being, well, in the end, charged. And if you use it for self-defense, a different story. But the use of force has to be appropriate. For example, if someone comes at you with his bare fists,
you can't just go and put them in the dirt if they come at you with their fists. I get that. That makes sense.
Right? And you shoot him. Like, that wouldn't be appropriate, would it?
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's really difficult to judge that. I think the law in Germany is a bit like what is appropriate, really? Like, sometimes if you use a certain weapon, the assailant might not stay down and might attack you again, so it might not have been enough. And, like, it's really hard to judge, I think, even after those situations in court. But anyway, to use any of the weapons that we're going to talk about in this video, you need at least a small weapons license, ein kleiner Waffenschein.
Kleiner Waffenschein. A kleiner Waffenschein. That's cool.
Without it, you're only allowed to use these in your own apartment, in your own building, or, well, on your private grounds. But if you do have a small weapons license, then you're allowed to carry those outside of your own home and also, well, defend yourself.
Wait a minute. Then that's a concealed carry. Kleiner Waffenschein, right? Kleiner Waffenschein? Is that what you call it? Kleiner Waffenschein? Oh, well, this isn't good at going back too much. Kleine Waffenschein. Right? Oh, yeah. Yeah, Kleine Waffenschein. Yeah, that's basically a concealed carry thing, which makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Well, on your private grounds. But if you do have a small weapons license, then you're allowed to carry those outside of your own home,
Oh,
and
I didn't know
also
y'all had
will
that.
defend yourself
That
and
is
others
something
with
I did
it
not know.
in self-defense situations only, though. More about the small and the regular weapons license later in this video. One of the legal weapons is CS gas or tear gas, but of course that weapon is kind of difficult to handle. You can, I mean, you could
You could literally gas yourself. Like, what? I don't even think people carry that on them here.
injure yourself with that,
That's
not really
weird.
injure, but you know what I mean. Like you could
Tear
harm
gas,
yourself
bro?
with it, or well, I think
What?
even 20% of people are immune to tear gas, so that doesn't really do anything to them. So that is kind of like a meh weapon. Another alternative to the tear gas would be the pepper spray.
Oh my God. I feel like you could just carry these things regardless. Like, is there a law that says you can't carry pepper spray? Like, I don't even think it's that. I mean, it is bad if you get it in your eyes. Oh my God. That is intense. But really, like, that here, I don't even think, do they even be, that wouldn't even be classified as a weapon, would it? Would it? Would it? I don't think a pepper spray would be classified as a weapon. I don't know.
Usually, like law says, it's only allowed to be used against animals. So you can carry it with you, and if a dog attacks you or something like that, then you can spray him with that. But if you use it against people, I am pretty sure that's actually not legal. Only, again, if there's a valid case of self-defense. If you have to self-defend and then use it against a person, I think that's a different story. Another thing you can use is the pepper pistol. It's basically a pistol that just shoots little pepper bullets, I suppose.
What the heck? I've never heard of any of these things. But well, I've heard of the first two. I haven't heard of that. A pepper pistol. What the heck is that? Is it like pepper spray, but like they're like little bomb, like little like I don't know, like bomb things. They hit you, they go poof, and then they're like the little fireworks, kind of like a flare. It's like a flare, but it's like a ball of pepper, and it just pops in your face, and now you can't see anything. That's weird.
That
Oh, it's mace. Oh,
explode and then have the same effect as like tear gas or pepper spray. You're also allowed to carry around a little telescope stick that like
oh, a
you
nightstick.
can,
Yeah.
elongate, basically. How do you say that?
Yeah.
That gets longer when you do this.
Yeah.
And then it's like made out of metal, and you can use it for self-defense.
Oh my God,
Again,
bro, these are like, dang, y'all don't got anything to work with out there, huh? That's, oh man. I mean, like I said, for me, all I need is these. I mean, and of course, a little Old Faithful. I have. Are you guys allowed to carry like knives or something? Like, can you? I mean, he's about to go over it, but what? Oh man, these are like, they're not even really like. I guess these are things to just prevent people from attacking you. It's not meant to put people down. Obviously, that makes sense. But some people are persistent, bro. Like. But those are also rare cases.
I think not legally against people, only in the case of self-defense. But even then, like I said, it has to be an appropriate force that you use against him. You can't beat him half to death just because you think he wanted to attack you. German
true.
law is very difficult.
Well, it's difficult, but it's straightforward. Like, it does not allow for any kind of like ambiguity and no gray areas. It's like, did it meet the force of what was done or not? We don't care about threats. We care about what actually happened, which makes a lot of sense. Here in America, though, you can argue that down. And that's not necessarily a good thing. So, oh yeah.
When it comes to that, some call it stupid, I know, but that's just how it is. Appropriate force, keep that in mind. Also, if you take these with you, remember that it's mostly used in Germany to scare off people and not to actually harm them with it. Like,
True.
for example, if they see a huge metal...
Bro, people are not that boneless, bro. If they seen you pull out a nightstick and they got a whole, like, AK on them, they're probably going to laugh. And then you're probably going to wake up in the clouds. Like, That's, oh my God. You know, we're not working with a whole lot. Well, pepper spray, I think, would be very effective, though.
Bat or something that you carry around with you, then that might just be enough. You know, they might not try anything, but of course, never can be sure. But in Germany, again, very strict. Don't do anything that might get you sued in the end. Another weapon to consider is, of course, the taser. Keep in mind that with all these weapons, they need to have the proper approval symbols on them. Like
I did not know that. That is insane. What? That is crazy. I did not know that.
Like an emblem on them, basically. PTB or an F, depending on what kind of weapon you're getting. And if you don't have those symbols on the weapon, then it's not legal to use at all. So make sure that your weapon was approved before you consider that. And again, they suggest, from what I read up on the internet, that you just use that to demonstrate that you have it, you know, to like scare the assailant off, instead of really using it for reasons that are obvious. Like if someone has a pacemaker and dies, and again, the appropriate amount of force that you use, you killed him because he scared you, for example, or something like that.
Oh yeah. You just tase somebody because you get startled and their pacemaker goes off. Like, bro, what is wrong with you? Like, that shouldn't be your first response in the first place. Like, if you got to carry a taser and have that shit on go, like 24/7, you probably got bigger fish to fry, bro. Like, you made some interesting life choices to wind up like that paranoid, you know?
Like that, or was about to attack you. That's just like, you see where I'm getting, right?
Yeah.
Another question I got was about paintball and paintball weapons. What about paintball? Is that covered under the gun law? Do you have paintball parks? It is covered under the gun law because I guess they look very similar sometimes to real weapons, depending on what kind of gun you have.
Sure.
Or at least it's vague enough, especially in darker situations, that people or the police wouldn't know if you have a real gun or not, so it might be dangerous. So you're not allowed to carry that around openly. You will have to put it in your trunk, in your, what do you call that, your boot in British English, or even in a closed bag, you know. And you have to put it in there and then drive to the paintball grounds, which we do have in Germany.
That's cool.
And then unpackage it there, but don't just have it openly in your car. And it is not allowed to be like ready to shoot. It needs to be, I think, even empty.
Wow.
Different like bullets in a separate container and all of that stuff. Just
they
very
treat it like a real
secure,
weapon.
Basically.
That's crazy.
And of course, you can't carry around any of these if you are not 18 yet. Keep that in mind as well. Then you can purchase any paintball weapon that has, I think, a jewel limit of 7.5, and also it needs to have one of those F symbols on it that I was talking about before. So basically what the law says is that you cannot carry around a paintball gun with no weapons license at all, and not even with a small weapons license, because we have a small one for like some types of weapons and a big one, and you will have to have like a regular gun license for carrying a paintball rifle outside of the paintball grounds here in Germany. I'm no weapons expert, but hope this was helpful to you. If it was, leave a like.
That was definitely very helpful. Very, 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 very. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Definitely learned a lot. I did not realize how limited y'all have it out there when it comes to self-defense, because we definitely have. I mean, you could pretty much defend yourself with an attack helicopter if you really needed to, based on the laws we got here, man. Like, I think in Texas you can buy like a fighter jet or something, which is crazy, right? Like, imagine getting into a fight and then someone calls in an airstrike in a parking lot. Like, what? Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you think that the self-defense laws are a little too soft in Germany? Do you think that they're just where they need to be? Are you guys, do you think that they will change in the future? Do you think they'll be adjusted to kind of get with the times? Because obviously now there are threats that weren't really threats before, and, people get creative. So I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments down below. I just want to hear what you guys have to say, and then we might make a follow-up video on this. But that's pretty much it, guys. Like, comment, subscribe if you guys are new, and like the video anyways, but regardless of which of those parties you stood in and or whatever. Oh my god, I'm getting tired. It's late. I'm gonna go to sleep. Take care. Love you guys. Peace. Well, 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 what a pleasure it is to see all of your beautiful faces at the end of this lovely video. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'm sure you know, as I've mentioned in the past, we do have a Discord that's linked in the description down below, and we would love to have you a part of the world's greatest community ever, Bray Gang. Yes, if you've made it to this point in the video, you're officially a part of the community. So go ahead, join the Discord server. Link is in the description down below. And we also have other social media as well, like Instagram, Twitter. We're live. We go live on Twitch quite often as well. So it would behoove you to, go ahead and subscribe to the Twitch channel at twitch.tv/JamesBrayGang. Join the cause and be a part of the greatest, literally the greatest community ever. Okay, it's simple. Just go ahead and do those little things. We're trying to grow on all these little platforms and everything, and it really means a lot. Now, I know you guys stumbled up across the channel and you're like, what does this guy post? Like, what kind of content does he post? Reactions, vlogs, pretty much whatever comes to my mind. All right, it's random content. I don't know what I'm gonna be posting 10 years from now, but I do know that you can stick along for the journey, and it really means a lot. Now, for every single person that subscribes and follows all of the accounts that I have made, and all the links will be in the description down below, that's an automatic entry for any future giveaways I decide to have. I'll remind you when the giveaways take place, but you'll be surprised what I will be giving away because you guys have supported me so much up to this point, and it's only right that I do the same thing back. Thank you guys so much for being amazing, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Peace.